Oh, I see. So you can, well, that's neat. I guess if I read the instructions, I'd know that, huh? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little tool review. I bought another Hyper Tough cordless tool. It's their 12-volt line. This is the cordless cutoff tool, and I was kind of intrigued on how good this little thing could possibly be, and just if it would impress me as much as the old cordless ratchet that I bought from them. I've had this thing since January of 23, and it's done nothing but impress me. I've made a few videos on it. If you haven't seen them, go back and check those out. I don't really do a kind of an in-depth or anything like that. We're going to do more of a test on this one than I did this one. But we may see this one again in a future video when we go testing some other batteries. So stay tuned for that one. But let's get this thing opened and see what comes with it. Alright, we have the tool. Battery is already in the tool. I wonder if this got any charge at all. Oh yeah, wow. Cool. And instruction manual. Oh, got a little brochure for the rest of their lineup. And it comes with a charger. This little charger here is the most basic of the basics. It's got a little indicator light on it, and what you do is you take the charger and you plug it into a port right there that's directly on the battery to charge it up. So I elected a while back to pick up their quick charger. This does a quicker job. I'm not going to say it does a better job, because I mean they both charge the battery, but this one seems to charge the batteries much quicker, so keep that in mind. And this actually was only like 20 bucks, I think. This was basically the same price as one of their 2-amp batteries. So for $40 you can buy a quick charger and a spare battery. So keep that in mind. Which, just like when I bought the cordless ratchet, I went ahead and I bought a spare battery for this as well. So I've got a backup for this, and I also have a backup for this. But I also saw on the shelf, for really not much more money, that Hyper Tough has this 4-amp hour battery. So I decided to grab it too. So again, just like this, I had $100 in the tool, a spare battery, and the quick charger. With this one, I had, I think, right around $100 in the tool, the battery that came with it, a spare 2-amp hour battery, and also a 4-amp hour battery that I can use. You know, all these batteries can be used, you know, interchangeably. So anyway, let's, my initial thought is it's got a nice feel to it. I better take this off before it goes flying across the garage. There we go. Oh, it's got a lock for the trigger, so you can do momentary, or you can push and lock it. There we go, cool. So, does it have a reverse? What is that? I wonder what that is. Oh, I see. So you can, well, that's neat. I guess if I read the instructions, I'd know that, huh? But yeah, you can rotate the handle, which, I mean, with this battery, that's not such a big deal. But I would imagine it's a big deal with this type battery. So, good thinking. And you've also got a spindle lock, so you can tighten the nut. And also, I do have in here, oh, it also comes with an Allen wrench. But it does come with, let's see what it comes with. Oh, it's one of those metal type. Oh, it does. It's got an abrasive type bit and carbide multi-cutting disc. I'll have to look. Oh, it says wood, plastic, and plaster. So I guess you can't use this for metal. So this is good for metal. So let's go ahead and install that. It's got a nice tight fit, so that's good. There we go. Now it's locked. All right. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned this just now or not, but I went ahead and bought a 4-pack of their other blades too. Now in this little 4-pack, like I said, it comes with a metal cut disc, masonry, and a tile disc, and an 80-tooth plastic disc. So I kind of get the plastic and the metal, but tile and masonry, I don't. It seems like that would be the same thing to me, but you know, I'm not a home builder, so I don't know. Anyway, but I'm going to try these things on a variety of different materials just to see how well it cuts, and we'll see what they do. This was also in what I bought for the $100. This tool, this, and this. So, wow, I like it. Now, right off the bat, I'm already seeing one shortcoming of this tool is that the housing, the motor housing, takes up a lot of room, and you really don't have much in the way of a depth of cut with this. So this might be just relegated to sheet metal cutting and things like that, but that's disappointing. I didn't even see that. Now the tool also has this blade guard on it, and it is indexable to a certain extent. What is that? Looks like maybe about 90 degrees that you can index it. Yeah, maybe something like that. Anyway, so I got a piece of material here, and we're going to try and cut with it. I forgot to mention too that this tool is also a brushless model, whereas the old cordless ratchet, it's not. It's a regular brushed motor. Supposedly these things last a lot longer. So I've just got a regular old 1/2-inch piece of conduit here, and we're going to try and slice a little piece of it off and see what happens. This is just the battery that came in it right out of the box. I don't know how much of a charge is on it. Probably not much, but let's see if it'll make it through here. Oops, wrong one. Let me, there we go. All right, ready? Well, okay. Oh, yeah, well, let's give me a little indicator there. So, tell you what, let me try one of my other batteries that has a better charge on it. Nope. Well, all right, so we're going to put all the batteries on the charger, and we're going to come back and try this again in the next clip. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back. All of the batteries are charged. I have 4 of the small batteries and this one 4-amp-hour battery. The smaller batteries, the ones that'll come with a tool, is a 1.5 amp battery, but the ones that you buy in the little pack like this, these are a 2-amp battery. So I've got 2 1.5 amp batteries, and I've got 2 2-amp batteries and 1 4-amp battery. So I got a few things to try out for the cutting test. As you saw earlier, I've got this piece of conduit right here for the metal cutting test. All I could find around my house for masonry was I found a brick. We're going to try and cut that with it. So I mean, again, I'm not a home builder, so this is the best thing that I can guess that would be in the masonry category. And have 2 types of wood here. One's a piece of 1/4-inch thick lattice and a piece of 1/4 round trim. And for the plastic test, I've just got this old radio install kit that I'm probably never going to use again for anything, so we'll cut it up. Okay, we didn't have much luck with this thing yesterday, but let's give her another try. That is the new 2 amp hour. That is the old 2 amp hour. All right, here is the brand new 1.5 amp battery that came with it. So let's see how this does. Hey, much better than it was yesterday. Let's try that again. Can't put a lot of pressure on it. All right, let's try the 2 amp battery. See if that gives it any more performance. I mean, I was able to push down on it a little more hard, so that's promising. Let's try the big boy. 4 amp hour battery. Well, it definitely cuts better than it was cutting yesterday. That's for sure. I'm still a little bit disappointed on this depth of cut though, but I guess, I mean, I don't know what else you can expect out of a small package like this. Now these are the other blades that I've got. This one actually came with it, but these 4 here are the ones that came in that little 4-pack. The first one we're going to try is the metal type cutting disc that came with it, and I don't know what this stuff is that's stuck to it, diamond or some kind of abrasive carbide or whatever, I don't know, who knows. We're going to give it a try, but I'm not thinking this is going to last very long at all, because this abrasive material that's on the disc doesn't look like it's evenly dispersed at all. I mean, it's very, very heavy here, and then there's virtually none right next to it. Yeah, we're gonna give it a try and see. I mean, it says it's wood, plastic, or plaster, so we've got wood and we've got plastic here, so we're going to try it out on both of those. All right, we'll try it on this piece of quarter round first, and we're going to use the 1.5 amp hour battery that came with it. See how this does. Wow, that was pretty good. I mean, it is soft wood, but I mean, still, it went right through that. Let's try this piece of lattice here. All right, let's try the lattice. Oh, nice. It's doing much better on the wood, that's for sure. I really don't think there's any need to try the 2 amp hour or the 4 amp hour battery, because it just blasted right through both of those pieces with just the little 1.5 amp hour battery. So yeah, that's yeah, it did better than what I thought it was going to. All right, let's try it out on a piece of plastic here. I couldn't have done that again if I tried. But anyway, it seems to cut plastic okay. It's got a lot of slag, for the lack of a better term, but it does cut it nicely. All right, so that was a pretty good test for the 2 cutting discs that actually comes with the saw. The only shortcoming that I see, other than the lack of a depth of cut with it, is the little 1.5 amp hour battery kind of struggled on the steel. But if you're looking for something that's just going to be cutting light duty stuff like plaster or pieces of wood or whatever, so far it seems to be doing pretty doggone good at that. So now we're going to get into the little 4-pack of blades. Unfortunately, the one that's intriguing me the most is this diamond blade, but from what I'm seeing on here, on this is the metal cutoff wheel, this is the masonry cutoff wheel, and this is the 80 tooth plastic. So I'm only left to deduce that this is for the tile. So, and I don't have any tile. So anyway, unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to test that one out. Alright, so let's give this little 80 tooth blade a shot on the plastic and see how it does. Well, that little thing made short work of that. It also leaves behind a little bit of slag, but not quite as much as that abrasive one did, so, which that kind of makes sense. This is actually cutting it and not, I don't know, kind of burning through it, whatever these things do. Alright, now on that 1/4 inch piece of lattice. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got this thing turning backwards. Okay, learn from my mistake. When you put this blade on the little cutoff tool, the writing actually goes away from you. I had it on the other way. So we're going to have to go back and try that plastic test again. Even though it did seem to cut very well. We're going to try and cut it with it going forward. So let's see here. Yep, alright, now that's correct. Cuts that wood nice. And the 1/4 round. I mean, it's barely got enough depth to cut that 1/4 round. Wow, okay. So, I mean, it works very well on the wood, works very well on the plastic. So, I mean, I really have no complaints about that. The steel, it does struggle a little on. But, I mean, we are talking, I can't remember what this thing was, 30 bucks, I think. And really, you really can't ask for much more than that with 30 bucks, but let's keep testing. Alright, this is probably where you guys are going to get a good laugh at my expense, but like I said, I mean, I'm not a home builder, so I really can't tell you when I would ever use a masonry cutoff wheel. I'm definitely not going to be cutting a hole in my floor for you guys just to see if this thing works. So like I said, I've got this piece of brick here and we're going to see what happens when I try to cut into it. Wow, I definitely was not expecting sparks to come out of that thing. What's going on there? Is there a piece of metal in that thing or something? Huh. Let's try that again in another area. I wonder if that thing's got some kind of inclusion in it that shouldn't be there. Alright, well, it seems to cut. Seems to cut the masonry, well, the brick. It seems to cut the brick very well. So, I don't know if that's normal. I I don't know if it's normal for them things to be sparking or what, but you guys let me know down there in the comments if that is normal. So, but anyway, it cuts that. So, and that's all. This is still with the 1.5 amp battery that came with it. I mean, it's pretty good. All right, I can't stand it. I'm gonna try this thing on this brick, and I don't know if it's gonna ruin it or what, but we're gonna find out. And there's no teeth or anything on this thing, but it does give me a direction to turn. So just like the sawtooth blade, it needs to go with the writing down. Don't see how that makes a difference on this thing, but we're gonna do what they say. Well, I've got to say that cuts better than this one does, for sure. That's pretty impressive. And again, like I said, I'm not a home builder, so I don't know what you look for with these masonry cut blades or whatever, but I can say that they did what they say they do. But I'm more of a metal guy and sometimes a wood guy, not masonry at all. So I can say this: it struggles a little cutting the metal. This little blade did very well cutting the plastic and the wood, just like this one did. So either one of them is going to do well. I think this one may last longer as long as you don't hit any nails with it. The metal cutting disc, I'm not even going to try the other one out of that pack because it's basically the same thing as what came with the saw. And there's the masonry cut disc. It did wear this one a pretty good amount. I mean, I don't know, you probably can't see that, but anyway, it wore this one a lot more than the metal cut. I don't know if you can see that. But so I don't expect these things to last very long at all, and which is a kind of a concern when you don't have much of a depth of cut anyway. So that's something to be aware of. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try the metal cutting disc out with the 4 amp hour battery again to cut this threaded section off of this shackle that came off of the old Mustang here. So let's give that a shot and see how it does. All right, so just like I said in one of the earlier videos on this cordless ratchet, you know, all the little cheap air tools that we used to buy at Walmart, what are they, Campbell Hausfeld, whatever they are, they get the job done, but they're not the most powerful thing in the world. And I believe that this is right there on par with that. Doesn't make a huge amount of power, but it'll get the job done. If you need to go to a junkyard to cut something loose, this could be your friend. So I'm happy with it. So I don't think you can go wrong with it. So thanks for watching.